Saturday, October the 5th, USKA Fight Sports returns to its home, the Parkview Inn on Bulldog Drive in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with another pro Muay Thai card. Get your tickets at USKAFightsports.com, USKAFightsports.com.
All right, so say we're recording?
Yep.
Okay, we're good to go. All right, I'm here with Ray Jensen. Am I saying that correctly, Ray?
Yes, sir.
How about you introduce yourself?
Sure. Like Gary said, my name is Ray Jensen. I live in Red Lion, Pennsylvania, and I'm fighting under the tutelage of Jose Burgos and Black Griffin Martial Arts.
Very good, very good. And how long have you been training?
I've been training with Jose since September of last year, but before that, I started in Taekwondo when I was a youngin', back in like elementary school. I trained at Mace Karate Studio under Sensei James Ohlweiler. Got my black belt in Taekwondo before I graduated high school. At that point, I met Sensei Boomer Gladfelter. He was teaching kickboxing at Mace Karate Studio, and from there, I kind of followed Boomer around everywhere. Wherever he was training, I kind of followed him. I dropped out of martial arts for a little bit, but started training with Sensei Boomer back in 2015, and when he left the area, he passed me on to Jose.
Very good, very good. And everyone you mentioned, Ohlweiler, Boomer, I know them all. So you know, if nothing else, you're hanging out with a great group of people. That's awesome. So,
Yeah,
what originally? You said you got into Taekwondo first. So, what originally got you into that?
Well, I was growing up watching martial arts movies. Big fan of guys like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, and I always dreamed of just doing stuff like that on the movie screen. And then when I had the opportunity to actually practice in a martial art like Taekwondo, I absolutely jumped at the opportunity. And since then, it's really been just a first love for me. I love training. I love learning, whether it's traditionally or just like sparring and full contact types of training. I just love getting in a martial arts atmosphere and putting my best effort forward.
That's awesome. Now, obviously, there's a big difference between what you saw in the movies and what you saw in a Taekwondo class.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a big difference, I think, between a Taekwondo class and going full contact. So let's talk about some of those differences and what got you transitioned from Taekwondo. I kind of use karate as a generic term, if I let that slip, into the full contact world. What made you really want to do that?
It was something I set a challenge for myself. It's very different between point sparring and full contact. I was more used to the point sparring side of things when I initially finished my Taekwondo learning. So when I transitioned over to Boomer style of teaching, it was very different. I had the mindset like, all right, I hit a move, now I stop and wait for them. No, you kind of have to be more disruptive and have a rhythm, but be ready to disrupt their rhythm. So it was an interesting challenge for sure.
And what made you, I assume you say, hey, I'll give kickboxing a try. What made you now want to progress that next step, which is getting into the ring at the USKA fights?
I've been wanting to get into the ring for a while. Career aspirations kind of got in front of things back in like 2017. I've been trying to break into sports broadcasting on top of doing martial arts. So when those opportunities came a calling, I had to put martial arts to the side for a time. Now that I'm ready and settled with my career, I'm ready to focus on my other love in martial arts.
What specifically do you want to do in the sports broadcasting world?
I've been focusing a lot in baseball, and particularly, it's a sport I kind of fell in love with when I was coming in high school, and especially during my undergraduate degree at York College. So I've been kind of focusing on that in years past, but I really love working for radio stations. It's somewhat of a dying medium, some would say, but I really enjoy the kind of personal connection you have with listeners.
Well, I don't think October 5th is a good time to take me up on this offer, but if you ever want to call a couple fights for us live for our online broadcast, we'll definitely get you in there, and you can have some fun with that if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It would be a little difficult for October, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, that's not the best opportunity for it. So, so you're fighting, I believe, Yacine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about him. Did you do any research on him or his camp, or how do you prepare for this fight?
Well, I kind of rely on Jose a little bit for that. And I kind of go off what he's telling me as much as possible. From as far as I know, the gym he comes from, he kind of focused on more of a Thai style, which I'm comfortable with as well. I learned a little bit of that when I spent some time in Florida. I trained in a gym in Clearwater there, and it's something I got from Sensei Boomer and Jose as well. There's a little bit of Muay Thai and clinch work in there, so I'm not afraid to get into that clinch game if need be, and I'm ready to challenge Yacine steps forward.
Yeah, because you're fighting under the USKA rules, which is what we negotiated, and the clinch is limited to 5 seconds, so to speak. So it kind of keeps the action going.
Right.
Good. So you seem prepared for that all the way around. What weight is the fight at? 130, right?
130. Yep.
And how is your weight cut going? Do you do a weight cut? Where are you at with that?
It's going pretty well. I tend to be around the 130 range naturally, so it's a fight weight that doesn't take a whole lot of time for me to get to. It's just being consistent on diet, not eating junk food every night, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can't do that, but okay. Anyway, but I'm not cutting weight either. What, as the first time going in there, were you a competitor in the karate world and the Taekwondo world at all?
Not really. When I was younger, I had a lot of performance anxiety, and I just wasn't comfortable in getting in front of a crowd like that. And once I got more involved in broadcasting and have to kind of put myself out there a little bit, that anxiety went away really quick.
Right. So, what are your biggest obstacles, do you think, either mentally or physically, going into this fight?
I think since it's my first fight, I just got to maintain my focus and not try to put too much gusto in the first round, trying to show off and show people what I can do. I can do that throughout all 3 rounds and maintain my focus. Just, I keep saying to myself how Bruce Lee would say, just be like water, be formless and be comfortable.
Very good. You rely on those thoughts a lot. That's amazing. I mean, I've been involved in martial arts since I was 8 years old, and it started out with karate movies, The Master on TV, The Karate Kid, and stuff like that. So, I love hearing these stories. So let's say you go in here, you win this fight. What is your ultimate goal with this? I mean, is it one and done? Hey, I knocked it off the bucket list, or is it something you want to keep doing?
I would say for now it's something I want to knock off the bucket list, but if I really enjoy the experience, which I expect to, I would definitely be interested in continuing.
Very good. And with Jose and stuff, and your training and stuff, do you have other sparring partners in your gym that have had any experience sparring, experience like you're going into in the ring?
Absolutely. One person that comes to mind is Sage Johnson, otherwise, Godzilla, and she had her match with USKA.
Yeah.
And she's been really helped me a lot in just kind of knowing what to expect going in and making me comfortable. I have a sparring partner there at Black Griffin whose name is Zach. He's been a student of Jose's for years. He's a wonderful sparring partner, and he helps me out as well. So Black Griffin's really been helping me feel prepared for this fight. Very
good. What do you do on your own to prepare for the fight outside the gym?
Well, I like to work out at home as much as I can, and as much as my work schedule allows. So, I'll work out at my own time when I'm able to, and if not, I kind of just remain focused. I'm always reading books. Sensei Boomer got me on reading all these martial arts books and things like that. He got like a reading list for me, so to speak. So when I'm not training, I'm training in other ways, if not my mind, but body as well.
So you're really getting an all-around education there. That's awesome. Now, back in the old days, you mentioned Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. Whose movies do you look forward to nowadays?
That's interesting because those type of movies that like Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee make, they don't come around too often anymore. So I would say, I guess now action stars, Jason Statham was one I really like.
Right,
I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw yet, but I look forward to whenever I get the time to watch it.
Very good. Yeah, good. All right, very interesting. So when you're going to the fight, I know you guys ordered a bunch of tickets. Who's coming out to support you, and how is that going?
Well, it's going really well. Of course, I'll have some close family there to support me, and I have students at Black Griffin ready to support me as well, and even some students that I met while training with Sensei Boomer who are now getting back in touch and be interested in coming out and supporting me in the fight as well.
Yeah, I interviewed Jose yesterday. I don't know if you got to see that interview because I know you said you work nights and stuff, but I interviewed him, and him and Boomer went back and forth with a lot of comments on that video and how it went. And I know Boomer is going to turn out to see a fight there as well. So that's awesome that you're able to keep that going. So anything else? Is there any questions you thought that I might ask you that I just didn't say, or anything else on your mind that you want to get out there?
No, nothing particularly. I'm ready for this challenge. I'm looking forward to it.
What motivates you? Do you have to be angry at your opponent? I mean, is it business as usual? What really motivates you to go in there? I mean, 'cause this guy's going to be punching you in the face. So, Is that what motivates you? I mean, what really gets you going?
I would say I don't try to get too emotional in fights, especially when it comes to sparring and martial arts and getting into an environment such as this. I just try to keep as level head as possible and know, yeah, he's going to hit me in the face. So if that happens, just keep to your game plan. Don't get startled by it and mentally trying to like lash out immediately. So just stick to what what your game plan is.
Awesome, very good. So hey, you're on weight. It sounds like you're very physically prepared and well trained. How about your blood work and your paperwork? Is all that stuff in and done?
Yep, all that's done with the state, confirmed with Greg Serb a couple weeks ago.
All right, very good. Well, hey, I think this went really well. You're going to see it up online within the hour, and I wish you luck. I'll see you in less than 2 weeks, my friend.
Excellent. Looking forward to it, Gary.
Right. Thanks, Ray. Thank you.
Saturday, October the 5th, USKA Fight Sports returns to its home, the Parkview Inn on Bulldog Drive in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with another pro Muay Thai card. Get your tickets at USKAFightsports.com, USKAFightsports.com.